they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Those who are persecuted are those who have been wrongly treated because of their faith. God is pleased when his people show that they value him above everything in the world. And this happens when they courageously remain faithful in the face of opposition for righteousness' sake. This word persecuted here is dioko, which means to put to flight, to drive away, to pursue, to persecute. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So this is the other one that's the result is the kingdom of heaven. The first one, the poor in spirit, blessed are they, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. This one in verse 10, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. What a great caveat. Jesus said that persecution for his sake would be a sign that you were in agreement with him. John 15 tells us, remember the word that I've said to you. These are Jesus' words. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. Jesus said to them in Matthew chapter 4, follow me, I will make you fishers of men. Peter, what was going on in Peter's mind when he heard that? And Andrew and James and John, who were fishermen, what were they thinking when he said that? I'm going to make you fishers of men. Well, Peter tells us in 1 Peter 2, he says, for even hereunto were you called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example that you should follow his steps. The disciple is not a master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? And even after the early church, the church was starting there in Acts chapter 2 and beyond, Stephen gets called in on the carpet. And it says here that Saul, who became Paul, was consenting unto his death in Acts chapter 8, verse 1, was consenting to Stephen's death. And at that time there was a great persecution against the church which was at Jerusalem. They were all scattered abroad throughout the regions of Judea and Samaria, except the apostles. Except the apostles. And then verse 11, blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Just as Jesus experienced opposition and persecution, his disciples can expect the same. Their reward will not come from the present earthly governments, but will come in the government to come, the kingdom of heaven or the kingdom of God. Blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. The Greek word renidzo means to reproach or to upbraid. They upbraided Jesus when he was on the cross. They said, let Christ the King of Israel descend now, from the cross, that we may see and believe. And they that were crucified with him reviled him. Even at his death, they reviled him. Jesus knew this action was the characteristic of the Adam nature. As Peter tells us, when he was reviled, he reviled not again. When he suffered, he threatened not, but committed himself to him that judged righteously. The people that passed by the cross, they reviled him, wagging their heads. They reviled him. Thousands of Jesus Christ followers have died in the last 2,000 years under the hands of the wicked. In these last days, persecution has taken the form, many times, of lies and evil reports. Whatever form or intensity it takes, Jesus says we should rejoice and be happy. Go back to verse 12. Which follows verse 11, which Jesus says, "Blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you, shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets